What is up, Esports Racing Network? I am your host, LRS, here with the Wheel to Wheel F1 series. We are here for race number 3 out of 10 for season number 5. This week we're in the Miami Gardens, and you see for the first time this season, in a race that matters, SP's pulling out of the pits, and SP's in the booth with me. SP, hello.
Hello, I am back. I have returned from my hiatus, and it is
Yeah, how was
time.
your vacation?
It was great.
Cancun?
Went to the casino, won some money, had some alcohol, had my birthday. It was all great, dude. I'm back now, and we're ready to rock and roll for the rest of the season. Hopefully, I don't have any more issues. So, yeah, like I said, I'm just excited to be back here.
Yeah, you got 7 races left to do whatever you want, prove yourself. Obviously, you finished top 10 in the points last season, but anyway, we're going to move on from talking about you. We got a lot
That
more to
was fun.
talk about.
Yeah.
Last week, a slew of penalties came out of last week. If you guys tuned into the live stream, you could only hear the audio, but a lot of things happened. A lot of race manipulation was going on there at the end of the race. Obviously, people are not going to like that. And the entire race got turned upside down. We are without our reigning champ or our season 4 champion or season 3 champion Clean. He is suspended for an entire month. SP, he is out for 4 races. That's almost the rest of the entire season. That's a big penalty.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna get my lap going here, but yeah, Clean was really doing good this year, and just I don't know what happened there. I wasn't here. I'm not gonna speak of it, but here I go.
Yeah, we'll watch on board with SP. But yeah, after yesterday or last week's penalty report, Clean's been suspended for 4 races. Laser left the league, and a couple other drivers got time penalties. There was a 15-second time penalty for Adrian Lewis, as well for Ryan Carlson. They all moved back, which allowed some first-time drivers up there on the podium. Andre picking up contact right there between the Mercedes. That was SP and I think maybe CMF. Was that CMF SP?
Yep.
Yeah, broke your front wing. He was right in the preferred groove. That'll be looked at later. But Andre picked up his first ever win in Japan last week, followed by Jack Farnhart in second. Zach Clater picking up his first ever podium in his first start of the season. He got P3. Laser, no longer with us, got P4. Adrian Lewis, who originally finished in third, finishes fifth. Ryan Carlson, who was originally second, finished sixth. Sammy Schaefer seventh. Chris Graham eighth. Mason LaForge ninth. And Darren Angler getting the final point. Jay, after all those people got disqualified in penalties, still finished outside of the points. Sorry for the stray, Jay. um, but yeah, we're here, and we have obviously a lot of different faces on the grid. You look up and down the grid, we have so many, I mean so many new names up there. Jack Marshall in the McLaren right here, he's out on track. He is a newcomer, repping Australia. Nice to see that out here tonight. Let's see, let's look around. Do we have... No? Oh, yeah, we do. All right. We're going to look down to, let's look at Avi. Let's look at him. He's still in the pits, but we're going to look at Avi Terrell. You see him right here. He is in the Ferrari, subbing for what would be Clean's seat. He has 4 races out of it. Can't really see him. We're going to also now move up to the Kick Sauber. This
Ooh,
is
we got a
Joshua
car around.
Franks.
I don't know if someone's letting someone go, but a Mercedes was very slow in Sector 1, it looked like.
Yeah, and I think that was Andre, who currently has the fastest lap of the race. On board with Joshua Franks, who's given a huge toe to Mason, expert in the Kick Sauber, the only Kick Sauber in the field. We'll see if we can find anybody else. The Williams and SP's old ride. This is Fam, running really well. Obviously up there in 4th. SP, you probably could have had a way better lap, but got into that contact with CMF.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing there. He moved off the side, and I was coming on a hot lap, and just, yeah, just absolutely clobbered me.
Oi, mate, I was on a hot lap.
Yeah, oi, mate, I was on a hot lap, and I just got absolutely just punted, so took a clip of it. I don't know exactly what happened there. Um, yeah, I don't know. So
Yeah,
I don't know. Can't
yeah,
tell.
very interesting.
Can't see how that's my fault. I'm gonna submit that right now, actually.
You know who's not racing that said they were going to be racing? Soap.
Yeah.
Said he was running 125s, which is 2 seconds quicker than the current fastest lap by last week's winner, Andre. But he's not racing, and he wasn't going to race anyway because there wouldn't have been enough spots. You see the new McLaren driver up here. That is Jack Marshall up there in third. Yellow at the on the back stretch looks like maybe the Alpha Tauri was getting out of the way. I think it's actually, yeah, it's one of the Red Bulls. It was Jay getting up out of the way. BSP, we have 11 minutes. You're in the pits still. What are you keeping your eye on tonight? Because we have so many new faces in different places.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know who to keep an eye on. Usually coming here, Clean would be someone to watch in HD. Another very sneaky guy here at Miami. He's not even in the race tonight. He's won the last two races here. Um, I'm gonna keep a close eye on Mr. Dr. Clater in fifth right now in qualifying. That's a very good lap for someone. Not really used to the F1 side. As you and me both know, he is the NASCAR guy, and he's sitting P5, so pretty good lap, I would say. And I'm also going to use the bathroom, so I will be right back.
All right. And yeah, to expand on what SP was saying, Clater is one of the stock car guys, and he's actually one of the best stock car guys that I've ever raced against. So I think that, you know, when you come into a track like Miami Gardens where it has long straightaways and some hard braking, hard corners, and you race the stock car on a track like Watkins Glen with the heavy braking corners, you're going to have some good experience and expectation at this racetrack. But I do want to look over to the season standings because there is something ridiculous unfolding. We are in the third race of... Oh, and you see Avi go to the top of the board by a full second. Very nice for Avi. But I was going to say, in the standings, third race of the season, we have an insane battle going on in the standings. Anybody in the top 8 can leave this race today as the championship leader. Ninth place, HD is not racing, but if he were racing, if he won and got the fastest lap, he would only be 1 point behind the championship leader. So SP, we have 8 people who can come out leading the championship tonight. There's a lot on the line, and all 8 of them are racing.
I'm very interested to see who's going to be the one who comes out on top. I honestly am keeping a close eye, I would have to say, on, Clater. I know I don't know where he's at in points right now, but I'm telling you, he's been looking very good so far.
Yeah,
Um,
7th, minus 20.
yeah, not bad. I really think Clater has a shot.
For the board, Avi Tyrell a full second ahead of the next closest competitor.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at his pace. Very nice job. I didn't think he was the fastest guy. I was thinking he could probably go maybe P4. With that speed. I was in a practice session with him earlier, so very nice lap from him.
Yeah, very nice lap. Speaking of a nice lap, going right now, Andre Purple, first sector, last week's winner. And if you remember at the end of last season at Las Vegas, he was leading on the last lap, leading in the last corner, and got his wins stolen from him by the other driver, Kyle North, who's been absolutely dominant as of late. He's kind of taken the crown from Clean. Now, I think SP, because we have been on a crazy streak, and you know what I'm about to say, of drivers making their first start, getting their first win. There's a lot of options tonight. One of those drivers in first, a second ahead.
Yeah, it could be anyone's game, honestly. We have no idea how these guys are going to race tonight, too. So it's anyone's race to lose, honestly.
Yeah, it is. And the timing, Gosh, I can't talk today. The timing charts are really close right now between 5th and 2nd place. Then there's a big jump off back to Fam and Meso for 7th and 8th, and then obviously the leader with a 1-second lead. I'm watching Andre, who actually is not going to complete his lap, must have invalidated it. You see Kyle North go up to 2nd in his McLaren. He got help from Jack Marshall, the other McLaren driver, so the McLaren's working together. Some people in here might not like that. Yen jumps up to P10. Nice for him. Nick's out there on a flyer. Says he's a 10th down, but he has a massive tow down the back straightaway behind Joshua Franks. And he did not get out of the way. Second time SP has gotten involved in lap traffic.
Yep. I don't know what to do, dude. I keep getting people in front of me. I'm sitting 13th right now. I should be at least 8th.
What kind of lap times do you think you can run?
I think I could hit a low 128 to high 127.
Yeah, that would put you right in 8th.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, people just need to be wary of getting out of the way of faster cars because they will incur a grid penalty or a possible quali ban for the next race if they choose to race. And already I've seen 2 instances of drivers not moving out of the way. Anyway, we have 5 minutes, 50 seconds left here in qualifying. This race is going to be a fun one, as you can tell. Everyone's trying to close up. But yeah, Kyle North went second, 0.8 of a second behind Avi. Now, I would, say that's pretty shocking. Kyle's been on a heater recently. He's been one of the fastest. And to be 0.8 behind a guy making his first start, I'd be a little worried. Going to watch on board. Well, Nick did invalidate his lap, so I assume he's coming into the pits.
I'm going to put my last set on, dude. I had Days coming out of pit road, kind of got a little scared. He didn't do anything wrong there. I was trying to compensate for that. And then on the next 2 corners I overshot, and then the end of sector 1 I went wide and unfortunately invalidated. I'm 13th right now. This is not where I should be. I should be at least, like I said, top 10. Not a good start, and I've had 2 people on my flyer laps both invalidate me, or at least ruin my time, so I'm not happy right now.
Yeah, Mason getting a nice pull down the back straightaway from his teammate Avi in front of him. It says Meso is up 0.5 in the middle sector. If Mason can go up 0.5, he would put himself in the 127.7 area, which would put him up and into the top 5. Possibly up around that area. Probably 6th. We'll see what Mason can do as he comes around the final corner. Crosses the line, goes 8th, so lost a lot of time in the last corner. Clater out there coming around the final corner. Looks like he ran a little wide, and he's coming into the pits. Jay is up to P4. Didn't notice it, but Jay moved himself up to P4, and very nice job for Jay in the Red Bull.
Very nice. Good job, Jay.
Oh, and an incident right here between Mason and the other Red Bull car. No, that is Mason and Jay, actually.
All right. It's time for SP to cook and actually get a fucking lap in, because I'm fucking done.
There you go. That's the mindset.
They want to get in my way, I'm going to show them what fucking SP can do.
Oh, we know what SP can do.
Who's behind me? Is that INF?
No, INF's in the pits. Behind you is Yen.
Don't want him behind or in front of me.
In front of you is one of the Williams, I think. I think it's Fam. It is Fam. He's on a warm lap, so he's shaking the car back and forth. Oh, he's in the wall. Nice stories up and down the front few. Avi up there putting on a show for himself. 8/10 ahead, 2 minutes, 22 seconds left. And hopefully, you see now coming out of the pit lane, Andre. Last week's winner, first career win. He's going to try and better his lap. Needs 2/10 to get up to the front row. Needs a full second to get the pole. Everybody is out there. The only two not out there is Clater and Jay. Ooh, and you see right there, Downey Lane getting into the wall, trying to avoid the Ferrari up in front of him. On board with Nick, who starts his flyer. Nice turn one. I'll actually stay on board with Nick so you guys can get a handle of the track and how flowy it is. Nick's in a sandwich, but it's a good one. He'll get a nice pull down the front stretch. That's, I think, Jack Farnhart in front of him. Gets up out of the way, so Nick's not going to have a pull. Got through there really nice. Up on the curb a little bit. Says he's up 0.3 of a second on his lap. That would put him in a 1:28.76 area, which could get him up around 13th, which is where he was previous. See down this long straightaway and into the what's going to be the start of the third sector. Very nice pace through there for Nick. Doesn't look like, and really nice through the kink right there. Doesn't look like making any mistakes. Should have picked up a lot of time through that middle sector. Trying to get a pull off of that McLaren on the left. Down the long third sector straightaway. This is where you're going to see most of the passing tonight. Going to go into the final corner. Hits it perfectly on the apex. Had to wait on the gas. Going to come up to the line. Said he could hit a 1:27. It is a 1:27.8. Jumps into 9th.
That's about right.
Mason out there desperately trying to destroy his car. You see Fam up into P3. Nice lap from Fam. Jay can't improve, only 5th. Downey Lane, Clater, Shout do not improve. Neither does Days or Joshua Franks. Jack Farnhart couldn't get to the line in time. He has not set a lap time. He is going to start from the rear of the grid in 18th place. Mason out of the session, cannot improve. Avi Tyrell sitting up there looking pretty right now. Kyle North went faster, less than a 10th behind him, but only 2nd place. Can't get the pole for the 4th straight weekend. Will anybody else have an answer? Nick's still out there, still on a valid lap. So too is the McLaren driver of Jack Marshall. Yen is out there too, so is CMF. Fam is out there. Fam's off pace, not going to matter. Andre's off pace, not going to matter for him. So it's only up to SP and Yen. And SP is invalidated. Yen is 10 seconds off, so the pole is set. Avi Tyrell goes even quicker. He ran a 1:26.0. There he goes 1:25.4. And he's going to seal the pole with that. And Nick, you said you did a practice with him and you weren't expecting that much pace out of him. That's shocking pace. He is about 0.8 of a second quicker than the field.
Yeah. Not expecting that. I'll take a P9 start.
Yeah, directly in the middle of the field, by the way. 18 cars, P9 right in the middle. You're going to have fun there.
Honestly, I was expecting to be around the P8, 9 mark, so P9, It's actually my best ever qualifying start in Miami, I believe. So I will take that. Um, like I said, I should have probably been a little faster earlier, but I got all my laps invalidated, so and kind of just in the way. So we'll take that. Avi Tyrell on pole with Insanity front row with him. Well, we get one, Luke. I'm
In the race. Well, 5 actually. 4 of them starting in the top 10. 3 of them starting in the top 4. Jack Marshall up there. Fam up there. Avi Tyrell up there. They're repping Australia, America, and India, respectfully.
don't press A. Well, Luke, the first time this season I can join you. What do we think?
I think with a field this big and at a track this tight with the walls so close, we're going to see a couple safety cars tonight. We're going to do over 2.5.
I'm gonna say under.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to get 2.
We had 17 one year here. We only had one safety car all race, and it was me. No, it was not me. I crashed under the safety car in DNF. I remember that. Now, Luke, should I start on the hards or the mediums? It looks very cloudy. What do you think?
It does look really cloudy, and when it's cloudy, you want to be on a softer compound tire to get more grip.
So, okay, so medium tire it is.
Now, I think we're going to get 2 safety cars tonight. Obviously, it's going to be very entertaining with ghosting turned off, something you have not yet experienced, SP. There's no more ghosting. So,
Oh, and we're at a street circuit.
yep.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Well, I'm looking forward to this. Um, I am just happy that I am back finally, and we got a decent field when I return. So, I like it. Um, I'm just hoping that we can get a good old race again.
Yeah, and Nick, we have 3 minutes to discuss this, so we're going to pick winners. But the stat that I want to talk about, 6 times somebody has won in their first start in wheel to wheel, and 3 first timers are starting in the top 4 tonight. You think we're going to see it for a 7th time?
Absolutely. That guy in the front row is looking really, really fucking fast. As Jay said it best, we got a fucking clone of Zig. So, timer is on. 22 seconds, Luke. I'm clicking A. It's time to go.
Yeah, not too sure why the timer is on. They said 11:03. Pick your winner. You picked Javi
I'm
or
taking
Abi.
him. I think I will take him. I think he's looking very good. He's 6/10 over everyone else.
Yeah, I'm gonna take him too. Here we go. Good luck, SP.
Thank
Good
you,
luck,
sir.
everybody else. Let's
Have
get
some
this
fun.
one underway in the Miami Gardens for the 3rd time this season. The lights come on, and the lights are on very, very long. I had to stop. We're back underway. Avi moves over to block on Kyle North. Kyle North tries to switch to the outside, can't get there. Avi in his first race leads into turn 1. Kyle North second. Fam is third. You see Jack Marshall rounding out 4th. Andre 5th, last week's winner. Jay holds 6th and looks like some contact in the back. Nick holds 9th. Mason holds 8th. Looks like maybe Joshua Franks and CMF came together at the back of the pack. Everybody got away pretty well. Jack Farnhart from 18th up to 16th. And it looks like maybe Shout and Yen with some contact back there. 3 wide up in front of them as everybody tries to sort that out. Moving back up to the front of the field, Avi Tyrell leading side-by-side right here between Jack Marshall and Andre. Going into the start of the 2nd sector, you see Fam go deep. That opens the door for Andre and maybe Jack to make a move, but they cannot hit Andre. Contact with Jack right there, and more contact. Andre hard in the wall. Got spun out by Jay, and there's the safety car, a virtual at least. Last week's winner, the highest of highs for Andre to the lowest of lows. got spun out by Jay. He is out of the session. Dude Chef, 10-second time penalty for a severe collision with Clater, and now it's a full safety car, SP.
Should I do the biggest brain thing of all time?
I mean, if you think pitting here, sure, and then staying out on the hards the whole race. If you think you're Alex Albon.
How'd you know? How'd you know?
I think it would work. I think it is a good idea.
I'm gonna try it. I got nothing better to do. I'm having fun this race. This is SP's return race. He's gonna do it.
Yeah, and we have, right now, SP, we have 13 people watching the stream, by the way.
Wow, welcome back, guys. SP's back, and we're back in action.
Lap 1 safety car for last week's winner, Andre. You see Sammy switching the front wing. Yen switching the front wing. Downey Lane, he's switching the front wing. Nick comes out 14th. He and Mesa are going to lead the hard chargers on the fresher tires, and they're going to try and probably stretch this thing to the end, only 29 laps. You see the possible strategies. If you started on a medium, you could do a 2-stop to a medium and a hard, or you could do a 1-stop straight to a hard. Most of the field started on the medium tire. Actually, everybody except for Jack Marshall in 4th.
I do have an extra set of mediums in the pits, so have that one extra set that's still fresh. So I had to come down pit road because I did have a broken wing. Wasn't broken, it was just yellow. But yeah, already. Welcome back, SP. He's already gotten damaged.
Contact under the safety car between CMF and Expert. See drivers warming their tires. The entire top 4, you can consider them newcomers. Kyle North has 6 career wins. I don't know if you would consider him a newcomer, but this is his first full-time season. Would you consider him a newcomer, SP?
Kinda. It's like SVG in NASCAR. He came in part-time, won a race, now he's full-time. I wouldn't really consider him a newcomer.
Yeah. And sorry, he has 5 wins, looking for 6. He's already top 5 all-time in wins, and he's raced 10 races. He has a 50% win record. He's one of those drivers that won their first race and their first start. We can actually go down the order to list those drivers. Kiwi, Zig, Malukas, Kyle North, Icy, TB are the 6 drivers who won in their first start.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, where is SP lie on that list of first starts? How long did it take him to get a fucking win?
Yeah, it took SP about, what? It was like
4 or 5 seasons?
Yeah, like 50 races
to get a win?
Yeah.
To get his first podium, too. I had one in Australia, but I got too many time penalties, and I finished 4th. I was supposed to finish 2nd there.
Yeah, Nick has 1 career podium and 1 career win, so that's symmetry right there.
Yeah, if you ain't first or last, that's how I look at it.
Well, so you finished last in every race of your career except for 1?
Pretty much. That's how it feels, honestly.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, they're cracking on the safety car. CMF and Expert are not liking each other. They are bumping and banging each other right now.
CMF was the one who pressed the button to get us underway, so maybe some drivers not happy. That Mercedes livery, though, looks beautiful in F124. But safety cars coming in this lap. We got Avi up there, Kyle, Fam, and Jack Marshall.
Oh my God. You got to watch this. I'm sorry. Expert clobbered CMF.
Look at Jack Farnhart, by the way, up to 8th, started 18th, up 10 spots. CMF, 10-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. I think that's for him passing under the yellow period and not giving the position back. Avi has not yet jumped. He's holding him back. Expert, 10 seconds for ignoring the yellow flag. He passed somebody, didn't give it back. Avi gets a good jump. Kyle North gets a good jump. Fam kind of caught sleeping. Looks like Jack also with an issue. Zach Clater, not a good start. Zach Clater way off the pace. pulling towards the inside wall right there. Something happened. The back half of the field all checked up. I think people were in the wrong position. Nick, does that sound right?
I don't know. It looked like Chout is struggling. Something's going on with him. Chout let like 4 cars pass, and he turned to a ghost.
Oh, what a move by Mason to get by CMF. That was probably a move of all time right there, and I caught the bare end of it. It happened right in front of USP. You probably saw that. As you're making a move on CMF to go back by him and get yourself up and into 11th, which is going to be de facto 10th with a 10-second penalty to Expert. And you're coming harder with a big run at Mason. Here comes Nick going to the outside of Mason. Mason's going to try and stick it out on the inside as we head towards the hard-braking corner. Look at that Mercedes of CMF sending it down the inside 3 wide. He gets up on the curb, gets a 2 for 1, and there they go back behind him. That was Downey Lane almost spinning out. What a move by CMF to get by SP as well as Mason. And here comes, looks like maybe Adrian Lewis on Nick. Nick gets spun out. Huge crash. The track is blocked. Looks like Downey Lane is in it. It looks like maybe Dude Chef, Shout, SP, and Yen were the ones involved. Looked like just a humongous accordion effect. I'm sure Nick doesn't want to talk about it. Jay side by side with Jack Marshall. Oh, and Jay sending one down the inside. Marshall does not leave him much room. Jay almost slides into him. Jay goes up on the curb and cuts the chicane and goes past him. Not too sure what they'll say about that. And then Jay just almost got, well, he did get dumped. He was in the wall, and now a safety car for that incident.
All right, so about the over-under on safety cars.
Now Jay not happy with that McLaren of Jack Marshall. Nick and Yen almost just crashed into the safety car.
I braked because I was over Delta. The safety car just drove into me. Oh my God.
Looks like Jack
Sorry.
Marshall. Yeah, Jay passed Jack off the track. Like Jack Marshall just turned dead left into Jay and turned him into the wall.
Who did? Oh my God.
Now, Jay won't like that, obviously. Jay is a very passionate driver.
Emotional racer.
Yeah.
Passionate, emotional, whatever your cup of tea is. One of the 2 words.
And now the safety car is out, and if any of those drivers who pit before have no damage, they'll probably stay out and take the lead here. Jack Farnhart, who started 18th, is 6th after 2 green flag laps, if that tells you anything you need to know. Up front, Avi stays out. Kyle North's going to flip it. He's coming in. Pham stays out. Jay has to pit. He has no front wing. I think this McLaren of Jack Marshall should have pit there because he has a 10-second penalty. He could have served it. Jack Farnhart stays out. He's up to 4th. Zach Clater stays out. He's up to 5th. So too does Joshua Franks, Expert. He's up to 6th. Comes out right ahead of Kyle North, who comes out ahead of Adrian Lewis. Mason comes out behind them. CMF behind them. Downey Lane behind them. Then Days. Then Nick. Then Jay. I assume you did not fix your wing, Nick.
It's not broken. It's good.
You have no left front end plate.
It's fine. It doesn't feel broken to me.
Yeah,
why? Is that bad?
I mean, no. But there is no left front end plate on your car.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm looking at my thing. It's still green. We're good.
Bro's racing
It's
that
like
Charles
one shade
Leclerc at
green
Australia.
That's fine. We don't need an end plate. Fuck it. We ball. It's okay. Remember, well, you know, and honestly, I like it because the corner I'm in right now, that corner, and all the left-hand corners I've been struggling with, or the right corner, I don't know, but whatever corners I were, oh my God, Jay about just absolutely took out my rear wing.
Which is a real thing in this game. If you lose that rear wing, it is over. You might as well retire.
It is. Yep. Hey, I am actually the only person in wheel-to-wheel history to have a red wing and still finish. I'm just saying.
Wow. Was
I
that
did
Australia? Yep.
Yep. I was like 4 laps down, but I still finished.
Well, safety car is not coming in, so got another lap
So,
of
Luke,
debating. Yeah.
we're coming. I don't know if we're on lap 6 or coming to lap 7 now, it looks like.
Oh, sorry to cut you off. Jack Marshall coming into the pits somehow got an ignoring yellow flag penalty coming into the pits, and he came in to serve the 10-second penalty and got another one, so it's just going to lose him all that track position.
Another one.
Handing shit out like DJ Khaled up here.
Another one. No, I was going to say, what the hell was I going to say? I don't know. I forgot.
You said, now Luke, and I cut you off.
Yeah, I forgot. I have the fucking brain capacity of a fucking sloth. So, I don't know. I'm up to P12.
Yeah, somehow. You've
I don't
crashed twice so far, and somehow you're 12.
Dude, I am going to get points this race. I'm getting Alpine their first points this week. That is what I'm doing. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say this. So our over-under on 2.5 yellows, I took the under on it. We're 7 laps in. If we get another caution, since we still have the whole race in front of us, I'm already out of it.
I mean, I also took the under, too. I said 2 on the dot. You said 1.
Yeah, I'm already losing my money. You win some and you lose some, kids. You win some and you lose some.
Maybe a sign to not go to the casino later.
I probably won't. I'm going tomorrow either way, whether I like it or not.
Iffy. Well, safety
Work
car.
all day. I'm having a beer, and then I'm going.
Damn, sounds like the average American experience, but safety car is coming in.
Yep, there we go, guys.
Avi up front, Fam behind him, Jack Barnhart behind them.
What
Somebody
the
is
fuck?
lagging really badly.
What the fuck? They're upside down!
Who is that? Is that Kyle?
I don't know. Someone just absolutely battered the fucking wall. Luke, we're about to get the fucking first flipping wheel-to-wheel history.
Avi can choose when to jump. Fam does not get a good jump. Avi clearing quickly out of there. 10-second penalty for Sammy again for hard contact with Shout in the back. Looks like Jack Barnhart got a good jump on Fam. So did Zach Clater. Oh, way overshooting the corner. That is Expert. Kyle North's going to have to be careful with Expert because Expert has a penalty and not much to lose. Here comes Kyle North going to the inside. Both of these drivers lagging, so it's really hard to see what is going on. Kang with a beautiful move to get by right there. So too does Mason. Wow. Nice moves going on from the front few drivers. Looks like Nick and Jay swapping spots, ex-teammates.
I let him go because CMF was holding us up. We got both around him. I had to put my elbows out a little bit, kind of give him a little shot. We almost both spun. But yeah, me and Jay both got around him.
Two newcomers running 1 and 2, Fam and Avi. We're coming to 21 laps to go. We've not even completed 2 green flag laps in this race. Jack Farnhart has a train forming behind him as the top 2 break away.
Oh, Expert! Hard into the wall.
Everybody has to avoid him, and they barely do. Expert has broken his entire front wing. No safety car because the safety car does not come out the same lap it comes in. Look, a pass was made here. Look at Adrian Lewis trying to make a run on Zach Clater. They're side by side coming to the line.
Oh no, Expert! He overshot the corner! Oh no!
And now he's come to a stop. That's why the yellow is out. He's going to have to back up. No wing, no downforce. Zach Clater holds 5th over Adrian Lewis. The top 2 eke away. They're in each other's DRS. They're both on medium tires. Kyle North switched onto the hards. He's not going to pit again for this race. Jack Farnhart with a massive mistake coming out of the corner before the long straightaway. They're all going to have massive runs. They're all coming at him. Are they going to go 3 wide? Looks like maybe they're thinking about it. There goes Adrian Lewis up and into 4th. Here comes Mason with a run past Clater. Could get INF as well. He does get by INF, and he goes almost too deep, almost gets into Adrian Lewis. Jack Farnhart missing the left front end plate. Jack Farnhart fully around and into the wall. Contact with Mason. Backs it up into the outside wall, and you can see the rear wing damage. Uh-oh, Jack Farnhart with rear wing damage, Nick. He's going to experience your horror from Australia a couple of seasons ago.
He's going to get the fucking SP experience.
Sure is. Zach Clater gets by Mason LaForge. All these guys trying to get up to Kyle North. Kyle North 3.6 seconds behind Pham and Avi. 2 laps, they put 3.5 seconds on him. Kyle's going to have to start pushing. He does not have to pit. The top 2 do. Top 2 are keeping a nice similar pace. Pham is keeping up with Avi. Nick, you said you raced a practice race with Avi. You did not expect him to have this much pace, you said.
No, I thought it was going to be a little slower, honestly. So it was really cool to see him have that pace. Now, credit, it was raining in the race, in the practice session. So that also threw a wrench into it, but still.
Yellow.
Oh, get a caution.
Oh, and
big pile up. Oh my goodness.
Third safety car of the race. Looks like potentially, yes, it is Sammy and the McLaren driver of Jack Marshall. The third safety car is out. We've only completed 4 green flag laps of 10 completed. Now what?
Who the heck? I'm staying out. My hards are feeling great right now, and I know there's guys faster, obviously, behind me. I'm staying out.
Yeah, we should have bet the over. We would have made a lot of money tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And all of these incidents, by the way, are not really necessarily caused by the new guys. They're caused by people with experience, which is kind of shocking. Kyle North stays out. He's going to inherit the lead. First lead change of the race comes in a pit cycle as Avi and Pham come into the pit lane. So too does, looks like Jay. Adrian Lewis is in there. Dr. Clater. Nick's up to 6th. Look at this. Downey Lane up there. Nice for him. Kyle North, Mason LaForge, Darren Engler, Tyler Downey Lane, JDF the top 5, Nick Jensen, P6, Chout P7, Avi, race leader, dominator, pole sitter, down in P8. The second place runner before this safety car is in 10th place, Nick. They have hard tires. Everyone else in front of them also on hard tires. They're going to have to push a little bit here to close the gap.
I am very curious to see how this race is going to play out. This is not what I expected. This is the most cautious we've had at Miami, I believe.
By far.
Yeah. Also, can you give me an update? What is going on with INF? Does he have that damage, or do you think he's okay?
I think he has a damage. The only reason I think he has the damage is because, 1, I think I can see it on the onboard. But 2, he purposely put the car in reverse to back out of the racing groove so there wasn't a massive pileup and slammed into the wall with the rear wing.
Ooh. Okay, it's probably not great.
Not good for his championship hopes, by the way, because the championship, he was one of the drivers going for it. He was second in the points, only 2 behind Andre, who is out of the race.
Wow.
Yes, you heard that right. Andre was leading the points before tonight. Ryan Carlson not racing tonight, which is one of the shock dispatches from tonight. He's 3rd in points. He was only 9 behind. So with Andre out, with Jack Farnhart out, with Ryan Carlson out, Kyle North, he's running in 1st right now. He was 10 points behind. He won the first race. He did not race last week. Trying to keep a 100% win record for this season. Carson Cataline doesn't race here anymore. Adrian Lewis with severe damage. He is outside of the points right now. Zach Clater outside of the points right now. And Darren Angler is in P3. So the two in the best position to take the championship lead tonight, Days and Kyle North. And they're both in the top 3.
Yeah, doing really good, keeping the car clean. Nothing bad has happened with them yet.
Very impressed by Days and his performance this season. Was.
Ratsy ass.
Yeah, Days finished 4th in the first race of the season at Australia and 10th last week at Japan.
This might be Days' turn to have a breakout year. I think I had a breakout year last season, and I think this season, I think it's Days' turn.
Yeah, well, every single car in the field has made their pit stop, their necessary pit stop, and now we're going to see how it's going to play out. And who's the fastest?
God. Someone's lagging up there in the lead.
Yeah, that's Kyle North. He's been lagging all night. Him and Expert have been lagging really badly tonight, and that might affect the way Mason gets off the line. Maybe Days as well. Days, one of the rare starters on the hard tire. He's on the mediums. Only driver in the top 8 on mediums. Everyone else is on hards. The oldest hards are on Mason, Downey Lane, and Nick. And Kyle North has jumped, and Mason was not ready whatsoever. And Kyle North is gone, already out a second ahead of the competition. See, Days got a good start. He's all over Mason. Dude Chef, 10-second penalty ignoring yellow flags. Jack Barnhart, 10-second penalty ignoring yellow flags. Why would that happen to them? Is it a glitch?
It might be. Ooh, Jay just touched the wall there.
He sure did. On board with Jay. He's trying to chase down Tyler Downey Lane in front of him. These two cars powered by Red Bull. Jay in the main house. The sister teams, Tyler's. Oh, and Jay almost squeezing him a little bit there. We'll get on board with Nick, who's trying to defend from pole sitter Avi. Avi's going to go to the outside. Nick's going to squeeze him a little bit. Avi going to get up there into 6th. Going to have to make quick work of the guys in front of him if he wants to chase down Kyle North. Oh my God, the brakes worked really well there. That was ridiculous. It looked like he was going way too deep into the corner. I think that's why you said wow, and the car just stopped.
Yeah.
Interesting. Car had a lot of grip on the brakes there. Look at Days. Days is coming at Mason for P2. Here comes Jay on Tyler Downey Lane. He's going to go to the outside. Jay is there. Tyler doesn't leave him room. They touch wheels. Jay with the run off. Tyler's getting a little bit of a run on the inside. DRS turns on.
Oh,
here comes.
Contact.
Oh!
Harder to the wall he goes.
Avi. And he broke his right front end plate. He was trying to be aggressive. You see Tyler Downey Lane makes a mistake right there, gets into Jay. Jay racing these newcomers completely with his old self. Tyler Downey Lane back behind. Avi just got his first penalty right in front of Nick. He's struggling bad right now. The rest of the field's setting him up. They're all using their energy. Nobody's gaining on each other. Now the DRS opens, and now Tyler's closing in on Avi, and Avi's closing in on Jay, but nobody looks close enough to make a move. Little lock up there from Avi, as Kyle North has a 2.5 second lead over Mason. And a 4th safety car could completely change how this goes. This race at Miami is insane. Not like we predicted whatsoever. Purple first sector, by the way, for Avi. And he was leading the race before, so in traffic, he's showing that pace. Left front lockup by Avi. Days is still all over Mason for a second. They're holding off Jay. Like Adrian Lewis gets by Yen for the final point. Oh, a lock up there from Nick goes straight on. Pham goes by him.
Let it go.
Oh, and then almost died on the curb. Trying to watch Avi, see how Avi can get through this section. Jay, there goes Days! Oh, what a save! What a save from Days. Wow. Jay just had no care for human life there. He just went full speed in there. Here comes Avi, gonna pass Days. He's up to fourth, and Avi's coming with a huge run on Jay and Mason. But they're all collectively 4 seconds behind Kyle North. I don't think you can make that up. Halfway through the race right now. Yen, 3-second penalty. All the penalties are at the back half of the grid, so really not affecting the points paying positions right now. Looks like Adrian gets by Nick. Looks like Nick's just got a little lack of ERS. That's why they're getting by him on the straight.
Yeah, I'm also on the oldest tires in the field.
Yeah. Avi trying to save up his ERS a little bit. Kyle up front not using his at all. Doesn't have to. Ooh, and you see in front of Avi, Mason way out of line, almost loses the car. Avi's teammate. Like Pham gets by Days. I think Days is struggling right now. Oh! Oh my God, Days is really struggling. Here comes the back half of the pack. They're all coming at him. There goes Downey Lane around him. Here comes Shout to make a move. Oh, Days almost lost it right there. Here comes Adrian Lewis. They're all going to come at him at the same time. And which way are they going to go? To the outside goes Shout. Adrian's going to the outside as well. He's going to follow Shout through. They all get by Days. What does Nick do? Days cuts him off. Nick's going to try and cross him over, but the hole's not there. The whole pack together. Avi back onto the podium. He has passed Mason. Avi going to go past Jay and back up into second. Avi has 5 lap fresher tires than Kyle North, who is 5.1 seconds ahead. Jay is so good on corner entry, but you see Avi with the corner exit. Nick gets by Days. Looks like they're hard in the wall. Shout makes contact with Downey Lane. Downey Lane hits him back. Shout not happy. Around the outside goes Adrian Lewis. He's going to get a 2-for-1. And he's going to try and get a 2-for-1. He gets hit from behind by his teammate, Ryan Downey Lane. There's just multiple different packs. If you look down on the bottom right of your screen at the track map, there's the leader by himself and then a pack. Jay being really aggressive with these newcomers. He got back by Avi. Avi is down to third. Avi's going to choose to stay behind Jay with Mason. Jay overshoots the corner.
Oh, contact in the back.
Oh, way off and into the wall hard. Wing damage right there for Downey Lee. Or Downey Lane, sorry. He hit the wall hard. Broke the front wing. Looks like he got full sent into the corner. The right front is completely gone. Surprised we didn't get a safety car for there. I think that's what you were talking about, Nick.
I saw some contact up there. There were 3 wide going into the corner, and I just saw someone just absolutely miss the corner.
Yeah, Pham up and into fourth. He is all over Avi, and Pham has no damage. But again, they are 6 seconds behind Kyle North. They likely need a safety car. You see Tyler Downey Lane's going to pit right here. Somehow did not speed. So too is Jack Marshall. Jack Farnhart, 10-second penalty. Up in 8th. Not sure that'll stand. I think it was a glitch. Fam all over Avi. But Avi's closing in on Jay. How aggressive will he be? Closing, close enough to make a move. Gonna go to the outside. Jay blocks the inside, then moves over under braking. Almost contact. It'll be interesting to see how that's viewed. Jay gets through the kink really well. And Avi can't close. They need to get by Jay if they want to close in on the leader. Jay's hindering them right now. They have much fresher tires than Jay and much fresher tires than the leader. They're just not taking advantage of it. Fam's going to take advantage. Fam is closing in on Avi. Fam goes down the inside of Avi and is going to take third place. He's going to try to take third place. They're still side by side. Avi on the outside, Fam on the inside, still side by side. Avi using his energy.
Clater hard into the wall there.
Yeah, no damage it looks like for now. He's riding the curb right there. Side by side with Nick, side by side with Sammy. They clear that up. Fam's in the best spot. He just needs to figure out how to get by Avi. They're not going to catch Kyle at this rate. They need to get by Jay. In the pits is Yen. A minute 10 laps to go. Avi's making the move. He's going to go around the outside. He's going to breeze past Jay. So to his Fam. Fam gets up to third. He breezes by Jay. They're second and third, and now they're going to start their own train to catch the leader. Kyle North is trying to deny these two for their first win and their first start. That is exactly what Kyle North did, winning his first start. Nick, first penalty of the race, 3 seconds. Probably not going to affect him because the people in front of him have bigger penalties. Looks like Adrian Lewis gets by Mason. Yes, he does. With Avi leading this train and Fam behind him, they closed about 0.4 of a second there in half a lap. Avi is also missing his right front end plate, so imagine if he was at full pace. Nick and Clater swapping spots. I assume that's down in turn 1. Still swapping spots. Looks like Clater gets up ahead of him. CMF 30-second time penalty. Back in 17th, a minute behind the leader. Or sorry, a minute behind the next closest car in front of him. Expert up to 9 seconds. Yellow in the first sector. And there's the 4th safety car, SP. And now that has completely changed everything. That is going to allow Avi to get a new front wing. That is going to allow everybody to put on new tires. And we're going to have a sprint to the finish.
Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be good.
Not what Kyle North wanted to see, seeking his 6th career win. The two behind him looking for their first. Jay looking for his second. Kyle North cycles into the pit lane. That was Jack Marshall that crashed out. Don't know where he crashed out. 4 safety cars is more combined than we've seen at Miami. We've seen 3. We've seen 1 in each race. This is 4 in one race. Nobody stays out. It would be a dumb idea to stay out. Even Nick didn't stay out. That's how you know you got to pit.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle North up in front. Fam is going to come out in second. Jay's going to come out in third. Avi fixed the wing. He's going to come out in fourth. Adrian Lewis 5th. Shout's going to lead a pack out. He is 6th. Mason 7th. Clater 8th. Nick 9th. Looks like Jack Farnhart's going to come out 10th with his penalty cleared. So if Kyle North gets dispatched of in the lead, there's a bunch of underdogs up front. If you completely block out Kyle North, you got a first-time starter. You got Jay looking for his second win. You got Kang looking for his second win. You got Shout looking for his first. Mason looking for his first. Clater looking for his first. Nick looking for his second. INF looking for his fourth. So really, a lot of underdogs up there, Nick.
Hey, and we saw already a couple pile-ups. We could have another pile-up. This might not even be the last one. We might have another safety car after this. We could have a red flag. They are on reduced.
And with the pileups we've been seeing, if we get 2 DNFs and the track's blocked, there will be a red flag. We haven't had one since Season 3 at Australia, I think, or Season 2.
Yeah, and we had 2 of them that race.
Yeah.
This Season 4 or 3. It was whatever the last time around F124.
Season 4.
Yeah.
Or 3, sorry. Yeah, 3, because 4 was on 23. This is 5.
Yep.
We also had multiple red flags, I think at Spa one time. And then we had
we had 1 or 2, yeah.
And then it lagged out the session and we had to restart and turn them off because Myth did a kickflip in Rouge.
Yes, he did.
You want to know something crazy, too, about this season? 2 races in, and Jay has yet to score a point.
It's going to take Jay 3 races to score a point. It's going to take me 1 and done, and I'll have 1.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my, what in the world? Kyle North he's lagging so bad. He just crashed full speed into the wall. I'm pretty sure that's what you saw earlier, Nick.
Yes, I saw that in the long straight. It was very confusing.
Yeah, he crashed full speed into the wall, and now he has no damage. It's very concerning. He's lagging really bad. Fam doesn't know what to do, neither does Jay. And you know Jay's going to be aggressive, so they're going to have to figure this out because when the safety car comes in, it's going to be either 7 or 6 to go. Depends if it comes this or next time. And it might wait for CMF. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, he's still way back there.
Yeah, and last time it would call the safety car right here, and it has not called it yet unless it's a late call. We're going another lap. Looks like we're going another lap. And I think this is
I'd
going
also
to be...
like to...
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say, this is also the first Miami race that I have not DNF'd yet. Not trying to jinx myself, but every Miami race I DNF. I've never finished a race here before.
Oh, my word. Oh, and Kyle North always lagging so bad. Fam almost plowed into him. They might.
Wait, can we get a flip?
Yeah, they might have to tell Kyle to get out of the way at the start of the race because he can't. Oh my gosh, he can't do it now. I don't know how you would officiate that in the F1 side. In the NASCAR side, we would just tell him to go down pit road or get out of the way. Maybe tell him to go down pit road.
I don't know, but that might mess up the start.
Yeah, you're right. He's just lagging so bad they can't close up to him. I do think, though, Avi and Fam are faster than Kyle. So even if they don't get a good...
I believe so.
Yeah, if they don't get a good start, they'll close right back up to him.
Yeah. Well, who's been the biggest surprise this race, Luke?
Yeah, Jay, to be honest. I'm surprised, obviously, by the newbies, but if you want to talk somebody who's needed a good run and is having it and has been consistently there all night, Jay. He's in third. He's been top 5 all night.
This is what I think of Jay. Jay is like the Jordan Poole of F1. He sees some bad bitches on the beach here in Miami. he's going to perform like the best driver of all time. That is Jordan Poole. When he sees baddies on the court side, he's like, all right, I'm turned to prime Steph Curry, Michael Jordan combined. That is what Jay's doing right now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, safety car is coming in. We're going to have 6 laps to go at the line. It's going to be 6 laps of pure racing between the top 8. We have no penalties. Don't know how close they are on penalties. Kyle can jump whenever he wants. While everyone's warming the tires, he can catch him off guard. Fam needs to close up a little bit. He's leaving too much of a gap to Kyle. Kyle's not jumped. He is still not jumped. Fam now goes to his outside. You cannot go side by side. They will not allow that. Kyle still has not yet jumped. He is still not yet jumped, and there he goes. Fam got a good jump. Jay did not get a good jump. Oh, actually, yes, Jay did get a good jump. I was looking at Kang. Now, Nick, that's kind of similar to an incident that happened with you at Zandvoort. Kyle North chose not to go until almost at the line, which they tried to penalize you for.
Can't do it now.
Yeah, you're right. Because the field did not really get checked up from it. Fam's going to have to step on the gas here. Kyle's using his ERS heavily. Fam's going to have to step on it. Jay's not using his ERS, and he's keeping up with them. Avi has not used any of his either, and he's kept up. Here comes Fam. He goes to the inside. Side by side for the lead. Fam on the inside. Or sorry, on the outside, on the inside. That's Kyle North. Fam takes the lead. Looks like bunch of shuffling mid-pack right in front of you, Nick. Looks like a lot of passes going on there.
There's a lot of contact. Oh, my God. They're wrecking everywhere.
Oh, debris and wings flying everywhere. Looks like the Haas maybe of Jack Farnhart losing a wing. Nick trying to get out of the way as everybody's going to now fly down towards the final corner. Here comes Avi to the outside of Jay. Jack can't make a move on Fam. Side by side back behind for third. Jay gets into Avi. Avi still on what's going to be the inside. Jay's going to have to leave him room. Avi gets up on the curb and almost loses it, but he is up and into third. The fastest cars this race are 1, 2, 3 with Jay waiting in fourth if something happens. 5 laps to go from the Miami Gardens Grand Prix around the Hard Rock Stadium. A homemade street circuit. DRS, I think, is on. Oh, Jay hard into the wall. Broke his front wing. He's lost the drivers in front of him. It's over for Jay. What's very interesting, Fam in the lead, not using his ERS, and it's Kyle North behind him using his ERS, so Fam kind of saving it up there. What I'm looking at is Avi in third with 100% of his ERS. That is going to play a huge part at the end of this race. Here we come down the straightaway by the highway there on the left. If a move's going to be made, it's going to be made now. Here comes Avi with a run. He's using his energy. He's getting a run on Kyle. Kyle's getting a run on Fam. Here we come. It is Kyle to the inside. And then it looks like Kyle's going to get there. Kyle gets into Fam. Fam saves it. Here comes Avi looking for maybe a move. Not going to get there. Still side by side for the lead. Avi up on the curb. Avi gets by Kyle. Avi gets by Fam. And the pole sitter's on the inside. And the pole sitter slides into the corner. Almost gets into Fam. Fam holds the lead. And the two newcomers are 1-2 with 4 to go. Dogfight at the back of the pack for the final point. The front 4 all together with them fighting. Jay has closed right back up. Fam out front, Avi second. Kyle North has not been in a position like this much where he has to race somebody who is quicker than him. He has no energy. Avi is harvesting. Avi has a lot of energy, but Fam in the lead has the most. They need to save back behind him. They cannot battle. The front 4 are all together. Jay taps the wall. Jay is still in this. Jay has a pretty decent amount of energy as well.
Oh, big crash in the back. Oh, my God. Oh, God, there's cars around.
Yeah, and that might be a safety car. Massive amounts of damage right there. Somehow no safety car. The track is blocked. It is SP and it looks like possibly Sammy. Sammy crashed right there, broke his whole wing off. Could that be a safety car? No, still no. Well, Nick's probably not going to get points. He's probably going to park the car, or he'll try and finish it. Depends what he wants to do. 3 to go. Ninth all the way down to 16th has penalties. For some reason, that wasn't a safety car. It could have been. It was not. Kyle North struggling a little bit over the curb, losing touch with the front two. He's making Jay fall back with him. Avi locked up the left front and slid off the corner, but he got to run off, and he's coming at Fam. Avi in his first start, Fam in his first start. They're going to go side by side. Avi started on the pole, Fam started third. Side by side between the front two. Jay nowhere to be seen. Kyle North watching on. Jay made a mistake. He's 2 seconds back. The front two side by side in their first race, and a little contact right there. Oh, and big contact! And into the wall hard is Avi. And Avi has broken his front wing, and Kyle North has broken his front wing. And now, all of a sudden, Jay is right back into it. Looked like Kyle just went too deep into the corner and hit Avi. They're all still in it. Avi has the same damage he had when he was running down the leaders before. Kyle North is trying to hound this first career win away from Fam, trying to hold off Jay for his second. 2 to go in Miami, 4 cars in it. And if somehow something happens to all 4 of them, Adrian Lewis is in 5th with a battle with Shout. Kyle North is really good at saving his energy till when it matters. The problem, Fam in the lead has 100% of his ERS. Kyle has 83. Jay in third only has 12, and Avi back behind them has 96. Here comes Avi with a run on Jay. Jay blocks the inside. Avi goes to the outside. Avi's going to get to third and put himself into prime position to maybe pounce. Kyle's coming at Fam. Avi's coming at both of them. 3 wide into the corner. Avi backs out. Fam pushes Kyle off the track. Kyle merges back on, a little unsafe, but no harm, no foul. They're all still in it. Fam pulling away a little bit after Jay accordioned into Avi and then accordioned into Kyle. Fam is pulling away. Kyle is trying to get there. Fam is weaving to break the draft down the straightaways. We come to 1 lap to go.
Are you kidding me?
One lap to go from the Miami Gardens Grand Prix. And it looks like Fam is going to scoot away. He's 0.8 of a second ahead with almost all of his ERS. Kyle is going to have to give it everything. Looks like Fam got through there a little bit better. Avi is closing in a little bit. Jay looking for his first points of the season. Fam is he's not putting a gap. He's holding it pretty steady. Kyle has saved up enough energy to give a nice valiant push here at the end. He's in DRS. He's going to deploy the ERS. He's going to close on Fam. What's it going to be? A first start and a first win? Or an 11th start and a 6th win? Looks like Kyle can't close enough. Fam using up more of his energy. Kyle goes so deep into the corner and somehow made it stick. He is all over Fam with 1 sector to go. Kyle is absolutely pushing, you see, using everything to take over the curb. They're all 3 in it. Avi, 3-second time penalty. He is out of it. Kyle North is coming with a run. He could make a send if he wants to. Fam out in front. Javi coming with a run. Javi goes to the outside of Kyle North. Avi's coming at Fam. Not going to get there. In his first ever start for the 7th time in wheel-to-wheel history, we're going to have a first-time winner. Fam wins the Miami Gardens Grand Prix over Kyle North. Jay on the podium in 3rd, Avi 4th, and Adrian Lewis in 5th. Nick, not happy. Heard him possibly contact with CMF. The last point scorer is going to be Yen. Clater gets points.
Yeah, CMF absolutely missed the whole corner. Just absolutely put me in the fucking wall.
Hopefully you got a clip.
Oh, it's on there. I got one.
Oh, and CMF completely misses the corner and goes into the wall. I guess you can call that karma. Now Nick's going to wait for him. They got to be careful because Sammy's coming up. And with the penalties, could steal the position. That's going to do it for the Miami Gardens Grand Prix. Won by the first-time starter Fam over Kyle North. Jay and Avi. Hey, and Nick, guess what?
What?
That was a win for the Williams. First win since your win.
Look at that.
An absolutely bonkers and chaotic race. Kyle North's going to take over the lead of the Drivers' Championship with his second place finish. He's ran 2 races this season. He's finished first and second. Avi in his first start, fourth. Jay, third. Really impressive by Jay. Avi, the fastest lap of the race by a pretty decent margin over Kyle North.
Well, Luke, that was actually a very fun race.
Yeah.
Very chaotic. Not the result I wanted to come back here, but overall, it was good.
Yeah, and then, I thought it was a fun race. I feel like a lot of people are not going to like that, but I thought it was fun. Next week we go to Spain, which is another fun track. What do you think of that?
Spain, one of my better tracks. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we got Spain, Canada, Spa, Great Britain, the next 4.
Gonna be some good ones. I have a bunch of clips tonight, by the way. Can't wait to submit all these.
Position, that's not.
All right, well, let's see if we can get some interviews.
Okay. Down.
We'll invite Fam. We will invite Jay. And we will invite Mr. Kyle North. Hello. Oh, pretty good. I guess you could say the same yourself. Yeah, it was a honestly, from my view, I know you guys probably didn't think so, but that was a great race from my point of view.
I got absolutely dumped by CMF. I'm like, god damn.
I invited Kyle. Sometimes he doesn't join, so I'll invite Avi.
Jay, question. If I show you a clip real quick, can you tell me if it's my fault or not? I know you're pretty good at that. Well, here, let me see.
All right. Let's All right. Uh I cannot hear.